When life gets hectic, it can feel impossible to slow down, right? Especially, I think, even during seasons like this, back to school, right? Parents are juggling schedules, teachers balancing new workloads, students adjusting to routines. So good thing this morning we have licensed therapist and author Nicole Perkins here to share how her new guided journal, Calm Within, Journaling Your Way from Anxiety to Peace, is now offering a way to release stress, track your mood, and build daily habits of calm. Nicole, my friend, thank you for this resource. I just want to say, I feel like I've taken a deep breath just you being here. This book is beautiful. We've actually got giant pictures of the inside, which I'll showcase momentarily. But first, I want to chat again. You've been in this line of work now for decades. Talk to me a little bit about what you've since noticed, if there are new trends, just general things you've learned with your clients. We know writing is so powerful. Where did you kind of find this gap to then meet, again, this resource that is now kind of a self-guided journal?
Right. So between sessions, a lot of clients, they would say, well, I don't know what to write. What do I write? You know, I open it up and I just don't know what to say. And so I thought about, well, what about having it a guided journal, kind of giving them a little bit of insight as to how to kind of journal a little bit. So this particular journal is about anxiety. So I give a lot of information about what anxiety is, the symptoms of the anxiety, and then talk about goal setting. And then I actually teach different coping skills within the book. And then you actually have journal pages to actually practice those skills.
So great.
So if somebody perhaps is afraid of therapy, they're kind of anxious about it and not sure if they want to do it, this is a great resource that they could use to see what it kind of looks like and how they can actually go into therapy and feel a little bit better about themselves, as well as individuals who actually may be in therapy and are like, hey, I need something else, you know, when I'm not in session to actually look at and reference to actually practice their skills. Yeah.
Oh, Nicole, this is so great. It's beautiful on top of that, which I know you said your clients have also commented on. So I want to chat. I'm so grateful. She brought these giant photos of the book inside, so you're not like squinting and seeing what it is on air. But of course, we've got our table of contents here. I want to chat more though, kind of about some of those prompts. What does kind of a typical journal entry look like? How the book is structured?
Right. Yeah. So this here is the sample journal entry page. This is actually inside the book, and basically I'm giving you kind of a little bit of an insight as to how to actually journal. So as you can see at the top, we actually start off with every page, every journal entry has a positive affirmation, so and they're all different. And then you can go ahead, there's an anxiety scale there. Now I do explain the anxiety scale, and I actually define each level of it so that you know exactly what it is. And then I talk about how you're feeling. Okay, what's your mood, right? And then we talk about some of the tools that you can use. So every time you go through the book, there's a different coping skill. So if you look at the journal entry page, you'll see that I ask, what skills did you use? Okay, so you can actually decide which skills that you want to use to kind of help with those things. And then for those individuals who actually do like that free thought, there is a reflection page here where you can actually write whatever you'd like. So if you have free thought about what's going on in your life, there's actually that reflection page as well. So it's not only am I guiding you how to actually help with your anxiety, but also you actually have that area to write free thought about.
Nicole, this is so powerful, and I'm so curious too. Again, we're seeing a closer look again. This is kind of how it starts. Is it this is daily or weekly, or what's kind of the suggested format?
It's actually your personal preference. Okay.
Just when you feel called to write
I get a lot of people that say they feel bad if they don't do it every day. So journaling, it should be something that you do when you want to do it. Okay, because a lot of people start to feel bad. Oh, I didn't do it every day, so I should stop. No. Do whenever you think about it. Do whenever you feel like it.
Sure.
You know, for this particular thing, if you are struggling with anxiety on a daily basis, then by all means, use it every day. But if you had a great week and then, I don't know, one day you had a really bad time with anxiety, then you could use it at that time.
So amazing. I'm curious too, again, we know that you've launched it just this past year. And it's such a great resource. What has feedback been already, or just kind of how you've noticed, again, this kind of therapy really work with your clients?
A lot of people really like it because, like I said, they actually are guided through it. And so if you're struggling with anxiety, like I give you all the information about anxiety, the resources, what it looks like, the symptoms. I also talk about coping skills that you could use. And so people really like that they can actually go at their own pace with it. All right. Also, if people are really concerned about whether or not they understand themselves, this kind of gives them a little bit of guidance to that too. So people actually really like it. They actually, because it's more guided. It's not just plain paper and I'm like, okay, now I'll figure out what to write.
Figuring out the blank space. And I think there's something too so poignant, and I'm sure you can attest it in your line of work, tracking our progress, right? Reading back and seeing, wow, how far have I come? How have things changed in my life? Any kind of scientific benefit you can touch on from that perspective.
Yeah, so one thing that is really good, so I always tell people one thing about anxiety anxiety is you have to get to know your personal anxiety. Okay, you have to know what your anxiety looks like, when it is actually happening to you, what that looks like, and then what skills that actually work for you that are going to help reduce that anxiety. So tracking is really, really good, because a part of anxiety is the fear of the unknown.
Yeah,
Okay.
1000%.
And so if you actually are tracking and you're understanding yourself, then you actually know what's going on, and you actually feel better about managing it. So,
Nicole,
yeah.
you are so wise, talented, gifted. You have a heart of gold to put something like this out here, and I am so excited. I feel like, girls, sign me. I feel like every viewer watching now needs a copy of this, because goodness knows we all deal with stress.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
for who you are, what you do.
so much.
Big question now. Again, you're Huntsville based. We want to stress. Tell us
Yes.
where you are. Should people be interested in booking you for a practice, but mainly too where they can get a copy of this book, because this is big.
So you can go on the website. The company is Things My Therapist Says Publishing, and it's www.things-my-therapist.com.
Yes.
Okay. So you can go there and pick up a copy of the book, and you can also reach out to me there as well if you need to reach out to
Awesome.
me.
Nicole,
Any
thank you
questions?
for who you are. I'm excited about this.
Thank you
This is
so
I feel like we
much.
need like one per year or something, and track them
Yes.
as the course
depression
goes on.
one will be coming soon, so
Stay tuned.
for
We'll
that.
have you
Yes.
back in for that.
Yes.
Nicole, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
We
I really
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay.
Thanks.